Hey everyone, so this week we're talking about our Escrima. So, martial art that we use for all of our stick work is Escrima or Arnis. We have a little bit of Kali background as well. Now, they come in pairs, usually they're the same pair, but I want to talk about the difference between these two. There's 3 different types of Escrima that you physically could see around our school. Number 1, the most common, is the rattan Escrima. So this is made out of a material very similar to bamboo. And the big benefit to this is it's bendy. If I start to hit something with it or move it, it has that slight give. So if you do get hit in the finger, it hurts, but you still have your finger going really well. We also have a lot of students who like to train. We'll get one that looks like this, but is made out of complete foam. And the benefit to that is it's a little bit less nervous making, and you have to have less control when working with your partner. Now, every so often, you will see myself or Action demonstrate with something that looks like this. This is not foam, although it looks kind of like them. This is made out of a fruit tree from the Philippines called kamagal. 1, surprisingly expensive martial arts equipment, given that it's just a stick. 2, the reason why you would have these, other than they are cool and we like cool things, is they are heavier, and so they can kind of be used for weight training. However, there's a huge difference between this, which when it breaks, it's going to fray. So it kind of happens like a rope. It'll splinter on the sides. Hardwood weapons, when they break, they shatter. And so what will happen eventually, other than the fact that these are much more dangerous if you're hitting somebody with, they will shatter and send pieces flying in different directions. And having splinters fly at your head during karate class is not ideal. So, really important. This martial art has single and double stick variants. So, often people will start with a single stick and advance to double stick technique. Number 2, very important. A common mistake is people don't hold the Escrima in the right place. I've never seen someone quite do this, but I've gotten people to get very close. Often they'll hold all the way at the end. Now, the way this was taught to me was you want to have one fist at the end, almost like you're trying to swing it like a baseball bat. Because you want it there to be hooking around limbs and sticks. And the problem is you have to figure out what that place is. So often you start feeling it's like, oh, do I hold here, 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 etc. So spend some time just practicing holding a stick. Sounds ridiculous, I know. But you've got to learn to practice how to hold a stick. Because even right now as I'm talking, I don't think about it, but just twirling the stick from one side to the other helps me feel the weight of the weapon and get my control. And that'll be in some of our stuff when we're working on reviewing basic techniques. Now, on top of all that, there is a set of basic strikes that we're going to be working through. So, basic strike number 1 comes from the right hand. If you're left-handed, oh well. You want to make sure you get a full chamber, which means I'm trying to, I hope you guys shower. If you have a shower brush, big shower brush, that's where it's got to go, right? Right there. Now, you are going to extend it, wants to cut across and reach toward the side of the head. You're going to come back across, shower brush the other side. Head. The next one, you're going to reach. This time, instead of it coming up over, it comes a little bit to the side, but you still want to reach your shoulder. Body. Other side. Body. And we're going to pull back. Thrust. And I like to stop and grab my hand here when I'm thrusting into the air. Long story. Now, there's a count to these. So if I step, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can do it on the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, real quick story. So I've had the luxury of training with a lot of martial artists throughout my life. And when I was at Mr. Kovar's 9th degree black belt ceremony, I was during this whole martial arts conference. One of the martial arts sessions I went to was led by an instructor. His name was Carlito Bonjak. amazing martial artist. At the time, he was in a wheelchair. The man was one of, as it was explained to me, the founding people in the Filipino martial arts world. And he's sitting in a wheelchair, beating up teenagers. My favorite pastime. To be fair, they deserve it. Now, as he's going, one, he's exceptionally quick, but he really is demonstrating what I love about the martial art of Arnis, which is there's this academic side to it. So there's this back and forth flow that is constantly happening where it's almost like a conversation of martial arts. And a lot of systems have them one way or another, but I think Arnis really has this really beautiful way of showing it. And so as we get more advanced, not only is there a block, check, counter, like your action is responding, but there's a response to response to response to response to response to response, all happening as a flow at once. Now, the last part of that flow, Arnis is designed to be used with a stick. Now, the stick could also be a sword, usually a short machete about yay long. And it's also designed to be used with the blade. And so there's little differences in distance in how they play, but the actual striking patterns and the flows all work off the same basic position. We're not cutting that out. Not after all that. It's not happening. I'm so sorry to you, the viewer, but you know what? Let's be honest. There's only 7 of you anyway who got this far. Now, if you want more martial arts, I really just undersold us. If you want more martial arts content, videos, or curriculum, make sure you follow us down below. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Can you see my feet?
No.
This is fun. Oh, that hurt. I have to do it again. I have to do it again. Oh, that was much nicer. My car just slowed down since we were watching the waviness in the air. I'm starting insightfully at the outside. I hope you enjoy this while you're editing.